Good morning. Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me at all? Hey guys, can you hear me? Oh, great. Great. Okay, so let's get started. It is 7 a.m. Eastern and noon in the UK, I believe. Where is it where you are, QP? And Corey? That's odd that you're on like 15-minute delay or something like that. Okay, you guys, I'm putting up the Schumann resonance. I wanted to talk about that. And QB, you're the only one in the room so far, I think. Oh no, I guess there's one other person, but that's fine. This is the only time I can consistently do it. So this is actually the time I requested from MA. But we'll just go ahead and I'll just talk about this. I don't know if you follow the Schumann resonance at all, but see the white part. That's kind of what you look at, and it's like going off the charts again. And it's also kind of strange if you look at it too, because it's kind of got like a screen door type look to it that it never used to have before. I don't know if you see on the very, very left-hand side where it's like more of just a regular blue. And it used to look like that more. And I'm not sure what the deal is with the screen, the little whites coming down and where it's like almost like a screen door effect. It's kind of strange. But yesterday I was sleeping, and that, I don't know if you can, I guess you can't see my cursor, but that kind of middle one that's really white, I was sleeping and I woke up and then oh yeah, you can see it. It's just delayed. Good. Okay. But anyway, this middle one that's white, I woke up right when that started because I looked at it and I was like, whoa, I caught it. So I don't know if there's something to that. I think I have noticed that I sleep more towards the slow periods, and I'm awake more during the where it's all going nuts and crazy with the white. So just kind of something that I've been trying to keep track of. Although I just had a 2-hour nap and it's white. So anyway, I'm going to try to keep track of that a little bit more. All right, let's see. I'm going to try to show you something else that I've been doing. As soon as it comes up, I'll talk about it. But I don't know if anybody uses any indicators. By that I mean like see this on the screen here. Those numbers on there are like temperatures in Fahrenheit that I record and stuff. And I did a video on it before, but I had another strange one where the first video I did, yeah, I get ringing too. I don't think I get it as bad as some people do. Although a couple times it's been really, really loud, like, but anyway, this temp on this temperature thing, this right here was the one that I did my previous video on. And then, so this is March, and it's going like March 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. Hi, MA. Good to see you in here. I'm just talking about, I've had another temperature anomaly where, I wrote down 56, but when I go back and look at AccuWeather, it says 39. And that's another huge difference, a 17-degree difference, and it's right here. And then I had like these one temperature differences. I think those might be just adjustments or whatever that AccuWeather does. But like here's but this is a huge one, and those numbers don't look anything alike. So it's not like I could have copied it down wrong or anything like that, And then this one was a 2-degree difference. So I don't know, this is working for me really good. And the thing about this one right here, let's see, which one is it? This one, the big temperature one, that was on a Sunday again. My previous big difference was on a Sunday. And there's no way the high was 39 that day, because I was in my storage units and working all day long, and I would have been freezing my butt off if it was 39. So it was, I was in a really light long sleeve shirt all day. So I know the high wasn't 39 that day. This was a Sunday. This was see if that's the 5th, the 10th, the 15th, the 20th, so it was March 25th. And so that number changed, and I was working in my storage units, like I said, and that's just nuts. That's crazy. It was not 39 degrees. It was definitely 56. So, this is, like I said, this is the big, second big weather indicator change for me. So I'm going to keep doing this. I think it's a really good system, and, writing it down, maybe that actually this top one hasn't changed. So, hi, Simon. Wonderful to see you. And, it still says 68 in my book, but AccuWeather says 52. And that, I think I did that about 10 days ago, that video. And so I don't think that's changed. I'll have to go look at it. But speaking of being in my storage units, when I'm trying to go from 3 small ones to 2 small ones, and so I've been throwing away a bunch of stuff you would not even believe. I've moved a lot over the past, well, really, ever since 1990, to be honest. But, there's things in there that, I hadn't been able to find for 10 years. And I was thinking to myself, I bet I find some interesting things, and I bet that maybe I'll find some cash because I really needed some. It's like, how am I going to pay for Can you guys hear me okay? So anyway, where did I leave off? What was the last thing you heard? Thanks, Emma. Appreciate that. All right. So, well, anyway, what I was talking about was that I don't know if you heard me say I was in my storage units and I ended up finding pearls that I hadn't seen in 10 years, some cash, and some savings bonds. So I know it was awesome because I found enough stuff to where I can pay my storage units for the month. So it was pretty cool. And then also just getting rid of some stuff is kind of therapeutic too. But going through stuff and throwing away stuff is hard, but it's not as hard. And I found some like old, oh gosh, let me just see if I can pick one up, like an old time magazine that I've been keeping. And the date is, the reason I've kept it, and I'll tell you in a minute, is August 13th, 1990. And see, the reason and the title is Iraq on the March, and Hussein's on the cover. And I'm gonna see. I don't know if I think I said in my last live stream I was in Egypt when Iraq invaded Kuwait, and so I'm anxious to look through this and see if I see anything that stands out to me as a change, but I haven't had a chance to because I just got this last night. But I think that'll be fun to go through and see if there's any changes in this. And it's also kind of cool to have this. I mean, it's a Time magazine from, like I said, August 13th, 1990. I'm glad I came across that. I'm definitely going to keep this. Oh, yuck. I just saw a picture of a dead Kurd baby in here. Anyway, I'll have to take some pictures and do a video on this magazine. I think some people would find it interesting. Now, I was never I wasn't a good history buff at all. That was like my least, I always liked history, but I was more into like ancient history and stuff like that. And so, you know, well, definitely there's stuff that I don't recall happening, like the Black Tom incident and what else? Just stuff like that. I mean, I don't remember any of that happening. But I was more into ancient history. I didn't study it that much until like later on, maybe like it's somewhere in the 90s. I was looking into it a little bit. So, like, you know, well, first of all, my favorite, I'm totally opposite of most people. My favorite subject is math. And then my favorite subject is math. And my second subject is probably, you know, like chemistry and physics. And then, but so I like science, but not life science. So like when people talk about the body changes sometimes, unless I really feel something, it's all interesting for sure. Holes in our head and the things that affect me really bad are my hands. When I looked down at my hands the other day, I was like, that my thumbs don't look, and they've been hurting. They hurt for a long time. Then it went away. So I don't know if I switched, you know, shifted or whatever. And now they're hurting again. And they just seem so low on my hand, you know, just so low. It's odd and weird. But anyway, you know, so like anatomy and history changes are harder for me because I just didn't really recall them, that as much as a lot of people. Of course, the Mandanimals are weird, and then or cool and weird at the same time, and then all the rainbow stuff. I don't know. Some of the rainbow stuff's really neat and pretty for sure, but I've into doing some research on it. I'm kind of thinking it has a dark background to it, a darker meaning to it. I'm not really sure. I need to research that a little bit more. I don't know if you guys have looked into the mud fossils at all, because that's pretty fascinating. I don't know if I believe everything that everybody's saying about it, but it is a fascinating subject for sure. And when you look at some of these, they really do. It really does look like a giant, And Mud Fossil University, even though he goes, like I said, I don't believe necessarily everything. He's had like his samples tested and they've found human DNA in it. So kind of crazy. But interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Let me look at my list. I wrote down some stuff. Oh, I was so disappointed on my last stream because I don't know if I was having, I don't know why, but I've noticed this on other people's live streams too, that the chat isn't, because I wasn't paying attention to the chat. And in fact, I need to do that now. I do my stream differently on, because see, I can't do it on the computer that I do my videos on because the sound there's a horrible buzzing. And so because I use OBS and it's really convenient, and you can, put all kinds of stuff up there, and like I could put a cool background up there and stuff like that. But it doesn't work. So I'm using like a different computer for the streaming part. And that's why I didn't think I was going to be able to do it at first. But anyway, what I was getting at is that the chat did not come through on my last live stream to where I could read it and go back and, see if people were, what people were saying, because I was just rambling on and on and on and on, which was fun because I was wondering if I was going to have enough to say. And then shoot, an hour and 20 minutes went by. But anyway, so now what I did is on my other one that I'm not using, or the one that I'm looking at to see the chat. Of course, there's not as many people here this time as there was last, but that's fine. But anyway, I've got my OBS recording on the other one so that I'll record it. Simon, how do people join you on live shows? Well, would you like to join? I send you a link basically through to your email. Like, you have to have a Gmail address though. And if you have a Gmail address, and then I can send you a link, and then you can join me on Hangouts. So yeah, it's actually pretty easy to do once you. But anyway, my email is just rainontheplains@gmail.com. Hi, River Swept. Good to see you here. Simon, what time is it where you are? And River Swept, what are you guys in the States or? I'm in a mountain time zone. So it is 5:22 here. You must be Central River. Yep. Yeah, I know this is probably going to be a slow time for a lot of people, but maybe people going to work or getting ready for work might 12:22. I've been seeing twos a lot. Oh, that's one thing I can do. Let me look down on my logbook here. Been seeing a lot of fives lately. 12:12. A lot of 10:10s too. Sometimes I just write them down. Sometimes I take a screenshot of it, and sometimes I take a video of it. But do you guys keep track, or do you see particular numbers for yourself? For a while, I was seeing all fours. Hi, Patrick. Yeah, Corey, on your it came up in my notification that you were live, and then I went to it, and there was nothing there, and then I went to your videos, and hi, Craig MacArthur, New Zealand. Now, have you seen? Do you think that Australia and New Zealand have changed? Because see, for me, Australia is way, way, way far north. Because I thought it was like take it to where if you took Australia and moved it down, just south, then New Zealand would be kind of on the northeast side of it, and that would be hi Patrick, would be where I remember it being. And then some people have a memory of it being northwest. Where do you guys have a memory of New Zealand being? See, to me, I'm pretty sure I thought it was northeast for me. And then, of course, South America. Oh, okay. Now, well, most of you are international, so you're not going to, like, I did a video on Texas and Alaska, but I'm going to have to do another one on Utah because it'll just be real short, probably just a couple of minutes, because Salt Lake City is way far north now. I mean, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull up a Google map of Utah. Because Salt Lake City, okay, Corey says that New Zealand was good. That's because that's what my memory is too. I wasn't such a good. I wasn't affected. Thanks for being here. But I wasn't. I mean, I knew probably more than your average person about geography for sure, but it's not something that I paid super close attention to, like Lone Eagle and nobleness, stuff like that. Let's see. MA, temperature differences. Oh, cool. Look forward to hearing that. Now I've got family in town, so I might not be part of the of your live stream, MA, but I always listen to yours and Scott's both. Simon, thanks for coming in. Oh, great. Okay. Or Simon, you can just put it to randomtheplains at Gmail as well. Okay. Yeah, Patrick. I mean, Australia is no longer the land down under, is it? That's crazy. All right, I'm going to try to pull up a map of Utah. because for at least for you and guys in the States, see, I'm in Colorado, and so uh, I always reference where Denver is. Now, some people say Denver has moved a little bit north, or actually said they say a lot a bit north, which if it has, it's only been a little bit. It's always been north of, well, for me anyway. Let's see, I'm trying to pull this Utah map up so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. But Salt Lake was always, to me, on the same latitude as Denver, or, close to it. And now it's not at all. I don't know. I don't get what's happening here. Now, Lone Eagle is saying too, and I've noticed too, that Canada is shrinking and America is getting larger. So I don't know what's up with that either. All right, I'm going to pull this up now and show you guys this. Oops. All right, let's see. Utah. So it'll come up in a minute here, hopefully. Bye, Simon. Have a great day. So, Patrick, I was listening to your live stream talking about your daughter. And gosh, I don't know how I would handle that. Now, does she ever come up to you with possible changes, or does she not see any? Or, like, I wouldn't, probably, because of what her mom says. I mean, that's up to you. Of course, it's not my business, but oh, here's my map. Okay. So anyway, so Denver is over here and Salt Lake City is up here. And to me, Salt Lake City was not like in the panhandle of Utah. It was more like about where Provo is. And in fact, that's another Emmy for me too, as well. No, I'm not sick, but my nose is stuffed up a little bit. I think it's because of all the dust that I was going through in my storage unit. But anyway, Provo used to be the capital of Salt Lake City for me. Too. And now it's Salt Lake City. And I have other state capitals that were different. Knoxville, Tennessee instead of Nashville. I believe it was Augusta, Georgia instead of Atlanta. Maine was, I believe, Bangor, not Augusta, Maine. Seems like there's a couple others. Trying to think of what the other ones were. I have it. Oh, I think I have it in my logbook. Where's my logbook? I found some cool journals in my storage unit too that I'm gonna, when this logbook gets filled up, I'm gonna switch to those, and that was kind of neat. Oh, Flagstaff, Arizona. Okay. Hopefully, do you guys hear me now? All right, I think it's going through now. But anyway, what I was saying is that I have, was going through my storage units and found some interesting pictures, and I haven't seen any of my pictures change yet. I don't know if you heard that before, but but I find that so intriguing that some people have. That is so wild. Do you guys hear me now? Hi, Shaktikan. Shaktikan. Not sure how to say it. Anyway. Oh, great. Thank you, QP. I'm glad. I thought so. It's just, there's a little bit of a delay, so that's sometimes aggravating. Has anybody had any flip-flops? I've had 5. First one was Noxzema. That's the one that kind of drew me into everything. Then, of course, the Houston one. Oh, Reese. Oh, nice to know your name. That's good. The hairy shark. That's funny. I haven't had a flip-flop flip though. Just flip-flops so far. Let's see, Winona Ryder's one, Houston, Noxzema, Lowe's with an apostrophe, and one more. Can't think of what the next one is. I think you're going to get a new nickname now, Sharkticon or Reese. Hi, Martha. Nice to have you here. Yeah, I talked to a friend, the one that I did the interview with, my high school friend, and he sees stuff, but his memory is garbage. And he doesn't think I'm crazy, and he's really interested in all this. And he noticed like the T's dropping off the left side, and but he's somebody I can talk to because he doesn't think I'm crazy. So at least I have one person in real, well, my kids do. I think it's so odd that all 3, that they, like I said, they just don't care though. They're affected, but they just don't care about it. Maybe they will later. They start seeing like a lot of different changes. Maybe they'll, start investigating it a little more. So, so that's, so MA, is that what you're saying? That once you see it flip-flop, it doesn't ever go back? Well, but what about, like, some people see Fruit Loops going back and forth a lot, which I've only, well, of course, I always knew it as fruit, Fruit, and now it's, I believe right now it's FROOT, which looks so stupid. But some people say that like keeps flipping and flipping and flipping and flipping, but I've only seen it, originally as FRUIT and then FROOT, which just looks so dumb. Some of these you're like, why is it so stupid? Like Tidy Bowl, TYDBOL. And they said that they did that in like the 50s. That's stupid. That's crazy. Oh, the hairy shark's name. Oh, I gotcha. Oh, yeah, that's good. That's funny. River swept, noticing the S's dropping. Yeah, I talked about this in my last live stream too. But see, all those name changes that have dropped S's, I noticed all those in the 80s, and I know it was 80s because it was before, I graduated high school in 86, and it was before then. Like, Schultz and, Christopher Reeves went to Reeves, Sally Fields to Field, Charles Schultz and Rod Sterling, all those names changed. I was trying to think of all the ones that changed in the 80s for me. Obviously, John Deere. Now, my flip-flop, Noxzema, I didn't notice that it did not have the Z until, a little over a year ago. So I don't think that changed for me until recently. So because like Suso has seen some back then too, and I think a lot of people have seen some their whole lives or whatever and just didn't know what to make of it. And of course we didn't have the internet back then, but to me it's more a natural phenomenon now. River Swept, the Z was there for me originally, and then it went without the Z, and now it has the Z again, I believe. Let me check it real quick. And it is one that I check all the time because I'm wondering if that's going to be yeah, it has the Z right now. But yeah, this is kind of a slow time, but it's really the only, there's like this hour and another hour that I knew I could consistently do it. So this will be good. This will get me up early because it's 5:45 my time in the morning. It'll get me up early and get going on my day. Or in some cases, it'll be continuing on from the night before, just like not being able to sleep. Just like everybody else. I don't know what it is about 3 a.m., but, for a while, that's all I was doing was just waking up at 3 a.m. every morning. Somewhere between 3 and 4 usually. That's interesting. Hairy shark? Let's see, you say. Huh. So a photograph changed for you and it has a tower there? Yeah. Yeah, any kid would climb towers. Huh. I haven't noticed any of my pictures changing. I went through, like I said, some in my storage unit and I went through some other stuff. I can't wait to find some of my pictures from Egypt because I really want to look at those, see if I'll have to look at that. Sharkticon. I think the most jarring thing for me is the Bible changes were huge. I don't want to necessarily get into that this morning, but there's definitely no unicorns in the Bible. I can tell you that for sure. In my previous timeline, but is when I looked at the globe and saw South America where it was and Australia where it was, I'm like, ugh. How is that even possible? I mean, it just doesn't seem like it should be possible for that to happen. And that's, I don't know. It is kind of exciting these times, but sometimes, sometimes I'm excited about it and sometimes I'm scared about it and sometimes I just want to forget about it. But there's no, just like everybody has said, once you wake up to it, there is no going back, basically. You're always going to be seeing stuff. Always. So, I don't know. All right. Now, I did see something interesting that I talked to Lone Eagle about, but I don't think he's said it in any of his videos yet. But there's, along with the new Rainbow Mountains in Iran, there is the only place where you can, let's see here. Hormuz Island, Iran, the soil is edible. They used it as a spice. And, that was never a thing either. But I had emailed Lone Eagle about it, but I don't think he did a video on it or anything. Oh, I didn't see that, Corey, that Kathy had said that. How did they explain it? I wonder, how can they explain it away? That's curious. Oh, shoot. Let's see here. I tried to get this. I'm trying to get this picture up. Oh, here it is. This is what I want. Iran tours. I wonder how many now. Have there have there been any other rainbows mountains pop up? I don't know if you guys even knew about the Iran one, or any other Great Walls lately. Darn, I'm gonna have to ask her next time I see her. She said she had to go to work, Corey, but that's interesting. I'm wondering how they explained it away. Oh, Patrick, she posted it in your chat? Okay. I'll have to look for that. Oh, false memories. Blah. Yeah. How can thousands and thousands and thousands of people all remember the same thing? Okay, I'm going to try to get this edible mountain up here. Hormuz. Let's see. Have you ever heard of the edible mountain? This site. There. Put that up right there. Hopefully it'll come up here in a second. So, Emma, if you're not busy to type who's coming on up next, Yeah, I didn't get to see. I'm not even done with MA's. Oh, no, I did finish his. I don't think I watched all of Scott's last night because I had tons going on with my storage units, and I have family coming in. My grandma turned 93 this weekend. And so that's pretty exciting. And then I also have another grandma living that's 90. Oh, and it's weird because my brother-in-law, he came in, and both he and my sister, we were standing in the kitchen, and this is one that I think is an ME, a personal ME for the house, is that my mom's house, is that there's this little bell that comes down from the top over the sink, and I think that goes in and out. So I'm going to keep my eye on that bell from now on. 93. I wonder why. I thought it was screen sharing. see if it'll go to it now. Oh, 93 and my grandma. Yeah. Oh, hi, Sharkay. Yeah. 93. And then my grandpa last year was 96. And he's was like, one of the last World War II vets. And it was interesting to hear him talk about it. He was a medic. And, I wish I could have recorded some of his stuff and picked his brain about some stuff. Okay, so do you see that on their screen now? But they use that. That's in Iran, Hormuz, I believe, island. It's an island, and they use that red soil as a spice. I don't know if that was a thing before or not, but I thought it was interesting anyway because of the Rainbow Mountains that popped up for Iran. Bye, Martha. Thanks for coming in. Have a great day. It's not tahini, because you make that from sesame seeds. This is, let's see. I don't even know if they gave the name for it. Huh. I'll have to look that up. I might do a video on it since nobody else has done it. Or at least tack it on the end of one of mine or something like that. QP, have you done are you going to be doing any live stuff? Oh, hi, Aaron. I didn't see you come in just now. Oh, she puts it on top of the tahini, that red stuff. Oh, maybe it is that. I don't know. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah, I can't think of the name of that either. I love tahini. I mean, having been in the Middle East, I loved all the Middle Eastern food. I loved it so much. I only got sick one time while I was there. I was pretty careful about the water and all that. Well, this stuff isn't cumin, but I don't know. I don't think, unless I just skipped over that. I'm not sure. Huh. Oh, it's 5:55, you guys, where I live. Just happened to glance down. Well, guys, I'm going to cut this off since there isn't that many people. And but thanks for coming in. Should be doing this every day at this time. So if you're up and at 'em, stop on by. And if you'd ever like to come in on the live stream, just shoot me an email, and that would be great. So everybody have a great day. And I will see you all in the chats.